January 24th of 2025 is going to see the release of another remastered product from Wizards of the Coast. This time around, we are stopping in with Innistrad Remastered. But before you go out there and put in a pre-order for these products, there may be some information in this video that you need to know about. We're only 60 days away from another Magic the Gathering product. So what are we in store for this time? That's what we're here to talk about. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and thank you again for hanging out with me on my channel today. Now, another remastered product makes you think that we've had dozens of these things, but really we haven't. And to understand where we're going with remastered products, let's take a look at the past so we can get ready for the future. Now, in 2015, they did Tempest Remastered on Magic Online. It was a great success. A lot of players were happy it came around. Then they gave us Amonkhet Remastered and Kaladesh Remastered in 2020, and both of those went to MTG Arena. But then Wizards of the Coast put on the big boy pants, stepped in and said, how much money can we make by printing a physical remastered product? And they gave us Time Spiral Remastered. Remember those retro frames they gave us that blew people's minds back in 2021? That's only a couple of years ago. Then they followed that up in 2023 with Dominaria Remastered. Now that one didn't go over quite as well, as the price tag got pretty expensive and a lot of players shied away from the product. Then they went back to MTG Arena with, of course, Shadows over Innistrad. Then they gave us Ravnica Remastered, another pricey product with some cool serialized cards, but a lot of cards we actually were happy to see come back, including Shocklands. And now in 2025, we're stepping into actual Innistrad Remastered, and players are starting to ask, where exactly is this going to go? Well, a remastered product, of course, is existing Magic cards. There's nothing new about them. There's no new cardboard being added into these products. You need to be aware of that. Now, for players who never got to experience the Innistrad block, it was amazing. The original Innistrad was very scary, very creepy, Halloween-esque, reminds us of the dark for old school players out there. It was very cool. Now, I realize that some of the shine has worn off of that in the years past because we've had things like Crimson Vow, Innistrad Midnight Hunt, and those products didn't really go over as well with the player base. But they could have those cards, but they're going to have a lot of the original Innistrad in there, and that has a lot of players attracted to what this product's going to be. But either way, there's still no new cards. There will be new artwork. There are serialized cards. I mean, we're getting Edgar Markov back. Not that he'll be easy to find, but at least he's getting reprinted finally. So where does that leave players wondering what's going to go on? If you're a player who never got to experience this, you're probably going to want to get maybe a play booster box and split it with some friends and have a great experience. If you're a collector out there who wants some really fancy cardboard, maybe you're going to go for the collector box because there are certain cards that you can't wait to see if they give us some kind of new frame artwork to it, new imagery, something that blows your mind. So let's take a look at those prices though. Now, the first one we're going to take a look at is going to be the Innistrad Remastered Play Booster Box, $269.95. Okay, this is a pre-order. That means you've got to order this before it gets released because, well, we'll get to that in a second. Here at $269.95, you get the 36 packs. It's a Play Booster Box. You are going to see a lot of these around. Now, if we stepped into the collector box realm, though, you're going to get a heftier price tag, $399.95, which puts it exactly where Ravnica Remastered was at its pre-release orders, okay? The pre-release pre-order, this is where it was. And then a couple of days after this, things got nutty because when we look at those products afterwards, the prices shot up. Okay, the pre-orders were done, and then when we actually went to the official release date, most of these products jumped by about 20%. So where does that leave a player? There are two ways that we can look at this as players out there. You can put down a pre-order, which means that that store now has your money buying the product for them. Whatever LGS you're shopping at, you're supporting your LGS, absolutely, but you've decided, I want a box of this. And you've decided, I want to get it right now. The problem with these kind of pre-orders is depending on how many people put them in and how popular a product is, there's no guarantee everyone's going to get them. We don't know the allocation numbers. Stores, they may be putting a little bit extra, but from what I've gotten from a lot of these stores, they're not going to. They're waiting to see which people actually pre-order. They don't want to get burned with things like Double Feature and some of the other products that have been kind of like at a slightly higher premium price. Now, in terms of pricing though, let's be honest. It's a remastered product, but it's not that much above what we would pay for a regular standard Play Booster box. So I can't knock the price too much if you're a person looking for the experience of playing the original Innistrad. It's a pretty exciting time in Magic's history. There's a lot of great cards, and I'm sure that Wizards of the Coast is going to give us a great combination of cards to blow our minds and give us a whole kind of compacted version of the Innistrad block for everyone to enjoy. I can't knock that idea. Now, as people on this channel know, I'm not fond of remastered products for a reason. The fact for me is that they are cards that already exist, and if Wizards wants to give us the experience, they should give us a discount on these products. They should not cost the price tag that they currently do. Even when they give us fancy new artworks or serialized cards, to me that doesn't justify the actual price that we're talking about, so I always like to remind players of that. These products are around for a very long time. They end up on store shelves for years. You can still buy the Time Spiral block. It's still sitting out there. Dominator Remastered has been on sale multiple times, yes, due to overprinting, but it's still around, and it was discounted. When we look at things from Ravnica Remastered, that one has not really gone on sale yet. I'll be honest, it hasn't really been on sale to any great degree, other than the initial launch where they messed up the prices, remember, on Amazon? That was kind of funny. But when you look at these products, and now when we get to, of course, the Innistrad block, there will be a fan base for this product. There will be players who want to get their hands on it, and there's definitely going to be pieces of artwork and some of the cardboard inside this set that players are going to desire and want to experience. But when it comes down to it, it's going to be price and the cards inside. Now, back to this pre-order thing. I've noticed a real downtick in pre-orders. A lot of players don't want to put up the money, and a lot of stores are ordering a lot less because they depend on those pre-orders to front the bill. We've noticed this a lot with the recent release of sets like Duskmourn. When this thing came out, we didn't have a lot going on. Players were like, I'm not buying a ton of this stuff. And this, of course, has carried forward with products from MTG Foundations. It became a better set than people expected, but a lot of stores ran out because they were footing the bill. They were paying upfront money. So now that leaves us with a shortfall in how these products are being doled out to the consumer because nobody wants to pay the bill up front. The stores don't have the cash, and players aren't sure if they really want the product until they see every card revealed. This will be an interesting time in Magic because this has really been carrying on now for a while. And it seems like the players are pretty hardened to the point where they know what they want and they are willing to wait for it. And stores know they can't just put everything on a credit card and go into debt hoping to please the consumer. This is going to be one of those experiences where I think the orders will be lower than expected. Now, if you're asking me how the pre-orders are going right now, I'll be honest, they're next to zero. There is no major interest yet because we haven't seen cards yet. We're going to have to wait a while until that comes around. We have to wait and see the spoilers showing up and get the hype train back on track because, let's face it, MTG Foundations is kind of using up a lot of the runway right now. We're going to have to wait for that to come around. But knowing how great Innistrad was in the past, I don't think we're going to have a hard sell for diehard fans of that era of Magic who would love to experience it once again. But as I've always said, the money moves on very quickly. 30 to 40 days after release, it's a dead product sitting on the shelves, unless it kind of throws somebody off with some weird new thing, which we've already seen what they're planning for this set, so I'm not expecting anything. But either way, it's going to be an exciting time, and a lot of players, I think, will get a chance to enjoy it. There'll be some good pre-releases, probably. I can't wait to see what players think about this product in the comment sections. For me, remastered products are always a skip. I can enjoy the fact they're being created. I can enjoy the fact it's a nice kind of compacted version of the set that everyone can enjoy and experience again. But that price tag always makes me stay away because I know when you're getting an old product off a shelf, it should be discounted. I shouldn't be paying top dollar for yesteryear's ideas. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Slam some stuff down. Is this a product you're interested in, and are you going to buy some? And if so, which one? Collector boxes or the Play Booster box? Thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow with another video. Well, here we are at the end of the video, and this is where I get a chance to say a thank you to all the fantastic patrons of my channel, my YouTube membership members, and the regular viewers of this channel who support each and every day. You know, when you look at all these new Magic products coming out, it's a pretty exciting time. There's lots of great stuff, but as I always say, there's only one wallet. And I look forward to talking about this further, so thanks again for showing your support, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Okay, you're here at the Ramble Jamble, you've made it to the end, you've bypassed security, you found a way through the wire mesh laser maze from, like, you know, Resident Evil. Remember that grid map thing? Oh, scary. Especially back then. And here we are, looking at a remastered product again. Remastered! I don't care what funky stuff they put in. I don't care how beautiful it looks on paper. I can appreciate the artwork, doesn't mean I'm going to pay for it. I always go down that road. That's my stance on things like this. If they put this box at $100, it'd be a smash success each and every time. But they like to trail on a heavier price tag when really, in my personal opinion, they should be lowering the price tag on these products to get more players involved, which can build your player base. A discounted product like this will go a long way in the long run. Short-term gain always doesn't really pay off in the long run, does it? You got some cool little blip on the radar. You need long-term growth for your company. You got to build up a larger player base of players. You do it with older products you already know, remaster, put them back out there at a cheap price tag, $80 a box, get players involved. Either way, that's my stance on it. We'll talk to you guys soon. You can walk out there, exit stage left.